What's up, everyone? DemonTHD here, and this is the 2015 Kelley Blue Book car for Dale Jr. And I already uploaded this one, but I figured I'd go a little more in depth with it just to show you a few things that you might not have catched that are on this car. Because I kind of figured the system I was doing, the usual upload system that I do, is I just put a song over a couple pictures for a quick under 1 minute video. That included this car as well, but I think for the more complex cars, I think I'll show you the garage view of them, just to show you what's going on with them. So we're going to go ahead and turn it to matte, and we'll get going. Of course, these 88s are here. I'm not actually sure if these were in the video pictures, because I had, what I used to do is that I used to just place the little bubble effect for the 88s on car, and they'd be really small, and I didn't like them too much, but this is definitely a better thing. So I'm pretty sure you guys saw this, the 88s, how they are. If I have any brushes, I'm going to show you them as well for this car. So we're going to start with the side of the car, obviously. The bodywork didn't look this good for a while. It looked very messed up, especially in the front, so we went ahead and fixed that. This little part was tricky, so... the whole side of the car was really tricky. All this stuff over here it was really tough. You gotta do a lot of different things. Definitely took a good chunk of time. The whole car took a nice chunk of time. It is a nice car though. So the Kelley Blue Book text. I have a few friends from a couple paint scheme pages on Facebook that ask about this, or I see them do it, and they don't have this custom text, and I don't think I still do. I still might though, we're gonna check. But it was definitely, it's a lot easier than it looks. There's no hard letters in this text, except maybe the Y, which I'm gonna show you anyways, if it loads up here. There it is, yeah, we have all of them, so. Yeah, I'm gonna be showing you some brushes here. This is the Kelley text right here, so, you might not be able to see too much of the white too good, but this is all it is right here. It's only 26 layers. Very worth the time to do it. It's literally just a bunch of squares that are scaled for rectangles. As you can see there, that's all they are. The E is just a circle with a couple of half circles inside them and a triangle right there to sort of cut that circle off, as well as over here. A quick little tip for when you're making a custom text with multiple letters. I don't see this a lot, but what you want to do is you want to go back to your first, like for the two E's right here. After I started with the K, obviously, went to the E, then I did the L, and then I copy and pasted everything from this L. Like I'd move this long square over, and all the stuff from the bottom, I just move it over. You can see it's the same right there. I did that with the E as well, so I made the E. I could probably count the layers on this thing, like 1, 2, 3, there's only 4 layers. The E's in total, both of them, then we take up 8 layers. So it's really easy. So yeah, just move the circle over, move the half circles inside them over, move the triangles over. It's really easy. It's what you want to do, because you don't want it to look different. You don't want it to look, not lined up correctly. You want it to look, accurate. You want it to look straight, and that's one of the very many small keys for having a very nice looking thing going on here. And you might be wondering, why are they white if they're blue on the side? Well, they're white on the top of the car on the hood there, so I had to change the colors. We're gonna go ahead and go to the blue. So this was only 15 layers. What's kind of tricky about doing separate words in the same text, like Kelley Blue Book is the same text as you can see right there, but I gotta do them in separate brushes. You don't have to, but I definitely chose to. It's tricky because sometimes it comes out sort of thicker or thinner. Usually it varies. Sometimes it's thinner than you want, sometimes it's thicker than you want. So what I do is I make sure I'm at an angle where I can kind of see. Like, I did the Kelley first, and then I started working on the blue. And while I was working on the blue, I made sure I could see the Kelley in the background right there, which is a new trick I figured out. And it's not the best trick in the book, but it gives you an idea of how kind of thin or thick you want things. Yeah, it just gives you a little bit of an idea. It's kind of tricky though, definitely. It can get a little messy there. So yeah, you just want to make sure you use the same methods. And that was the blue. Moving on to the book. Yeah, this text is definitely hellish. which is a joke because it's not. It was really easy. But it's just one of those things where it's not really, it's just time consuming. It's not annoying. There's many of those things. Got a few chase things here, and there we go. This is the book. The circles aren't just straight circles. I kind of skewed a little bit, or made them. I did a little tiny bit of skewing, but I mainly just stretched them out a little bit so they look a little stretched. And the B, of course, is just this little whippersnapper right here. This is a very helpful logo right here. It's really, that's all I use for the B's. I just use 2 of them right there. Some people use squares and put half circles right there, but I prefer this instead. Yeah, the K is just tricky because it's weird. It's just a weird K, but it's just literally 1, 2, like 3 rectangles. So now we're gonna move on to the hood. So the hood is one of my favorite parts of this car. Took a little bit of a process to make it, but it definitely came out the way I wanted it to. So if I try real quick to pull up a picture of the hood, which is not going to work because my computer's being a little stupid right now, but this is what the hood looks like. So it's really weird because I hate doing rotated texts like that. Like, you got to rotate it, make them. I always get messed up with that. But if you can't notice right there in the middle, that is a custom Blue Book text. Again, I had to redo it because it's not the same, obviously, as the one on the side. There's like lowercase letters. So I did a brush for this, and I'm going to show you exactly what I did. So it wasn't too hard. It was a little tricky, definitely. I'm going to try to pull up a picture as I'm loading it right now. That's not... Alright. So yes, this is the brush I used. I don't think everything loaded in at all, so we're gonna try that again. That's not what it really looks like. That's really weird that it did that. That's kind of odd. It does that sometimes, but I wonder why I did that time. There's not even that much pictures of this car, so I'm not even gonna try to pull it up. As you can see there's obviously more to that brush than what loaded. So, all right, there it is. It's gonna load in. So that is text. I knew it wasn't inside line, but they got rid of a few texts, so they changed it on me. But I know it's like text 8, I think, the blocky one. Yes, text 8, it's thin. The problem with text 8 is that, as you can see down here, it has like these little blocks on like the number. Yeah, right there, you can see that really nice. It has like these little, it's just a very squarish text. There's no roundness to it. But the cool thing about using the Kelley for it is that all these letters they're uppercase, so it doesn't matter. So they're going to look exactly how they're supposed to look, and as you can see, it looks exactly like the same. It's the same exact text that's on the actual car. And then down here, it's one of those things you can definitely get away with. It's not supposed to be. It's supposed to be more round. Well, it's supposed to have like rounded edges. The O's aren't supposed to be like that. But if you put them on the car, though, it's one of those things where you wouldn't know that you were going to complain about it unless you saw it like right here. Like, I just showed you guys all that I did that, but you guys wouldn't be able to tell anyways, because looking at it from there, you can't tell that there's something really wrong with that. And it doesn't look that wrong either. So it's one of those things you can really do. It's just a shortcut. And at that, it's not even that much of a shortcut. It's just like, it's a cool little alternate things. So again, here is the Blue Book inside. You can't see that too well, but I did this in one brush and then placed it right down there in the middle. So this was only 21 layers. And this car has a lot of custom text. It was a nightmare for custom text. There was a lot of it. And yeah, that's really all I wanted to show you. Of course, the kbb.com in the back there. That's all I wanted to show you. I thought this car deserved a little more than what it got on the YouTube video sphere. So thank you very much for watching, and you guys have a nice night.